Hello guys, I'm Crimson Rose, co-owner of Minus the Rumors, and I'm here to bring you your news, because your news matters. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the whole YouTube debacle with the demonetizing new policy, or is it a new policy? So I want to take some time, go in depth about the story, give you what we know, and a few thoughts on it. So, first things first is what was happening, what has been happening. So, YouTube basically made their policy very known with what is advertiser friendly content, and a lot of people got emails saying your content is not eligible for monetization. As people that there are lots of people that live off income from YouTube, and that was obviously a huge problem. Now, a lot of people are real worried about, what if I lose all my money and whatnot? What if I can't make any more money on YouTube? Well, I want to go over a little bit of what is fact. What do we know right now? So, YouTube did not implement a new policy. Their policy, I have it right here, is this is what is not advertiser friendly. So, sexually suggestive content including partial nudity and sexual humor, violence including display of serious injury and events related to violent extremism, inappropriate language including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language, promotion of drugs and regulated substances including selling, use, and abuse of such items. And the one that is very controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. So, the language in that last one really bothers people. Now, you may be thinking, what if I lose monetization on a lot of videos? Now, here's the thing. You've been losing monetization on your videos for a long time now, and YouTube just didn't tell you. So that is what people have not understood, is you're not all of a sudden magically not getting monetization. This has been happening for a long time. YouTube has just now implemented the fact that they're telling you. So, thanks YouTube. So, what's happening now is, and this is good, I guess, they are now telling you and you can appeal it. Most times, you can, if you get it appealed, it will go through and it'll pass. Sometimes it won't because an actual person looks like they look at the video. Now, as far as I understand at this point, you do not get in trouble for having a bunch of videos that don't pass if you try to get them through. I would not, if things are obvious that they would not be advertiser friendly from this list, I would not try appealing them, because there is YouTube has a policy that there's not strikes as in from copyright kind of claims, but they can suspend your monetization policy. Now we'll get to that because that's something separate from the story per se. So this has been happening for a long time. They haven't changed the policy. They've just now letting you know, and that's the thing. They're letting you know of current videos and all the past videos, and you can appeal them. Problem is, you've lost monetization. You can get them remonetized, but the time that it was not monetized, you don't get money from that. And all this is to say YouTube has the right to do this. This is their business, their website. They can say what can be monetized and what can't be monetized. They're allowed to do that. Do I agree with some of their policy? Absolutely not. I think some of it is ridiculous. And the problem is, at the moment, we don't know exactly why things are getting flagged. Now, tags are part of it. Tags, title. Also, if people say they may disagree with you over a controversial topic, they may flag your video, and that may lead to it being demonetized. The problem is with YouTube right now, Do I have a problem with the policy? For the most part, no. It makes perfect sense. There's a lot of crap on YouTube. Um, them telling us things are not monetized and a way to appeal to them now. Yay, that's good. The problem is whatever bot and algorithm they're using is just a broad stroke. It's affecting channels and videos it shouldn't, and other channels and videos that it should affect, it's not. So a lot of channels are getting unevenly affected. A lot of channels that break the rules are still getting monetization, and a lot of channels that aren't are getting like up to 150 videos demonetized. So there's something wrong with the algorithm. If they were to fix that, and what I would like is them to tweak the last part of that monetization, which is, in fact, controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. If that would be tweaked a bit, I would feel better. I'm glad that we're now being told this is not something that's automatically just happening out of nowhere. If you're expecting a certain amount of income to come in every month, it should stay the same because you've been losing monetization, you've been losing money. So now you can at least fight it. So if YouTube will fix the algorithm and the bot, that would be a help. And if they would change the last part of the guidelines, that would be great. But don't freak out. This is not something that is happening all of a sudden per se. You've just been losing money all this time. But YouTube does have the right to do that. That is something to take into effect. I like YouTube, but their PR department isn't the greatest. But sticking toward the story for most part, this is what's happening. It's not new, but we can now fight it, appeal the stuff, and I would recommend, staying on top of that. A lot of people have threatened to leave YouTube, but seeing how the fact that it is not something new and this has been going on, I think we won't have, people won't be leaving the site as long as they kind of fix the broad stroke of things. So it's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. Obviously, going forward, do know that you can appeal demonetization if it's been striked. Also, it will tell you typically what you've broken. Strong language. I don't agree with strong language either, but in that. So be careful, your tags. Make sure they don't have anything like Nazi and a bunch of, racist things. Make sure your title isn't too clickbaity where it has, stuff like that. And also, thumbnails that don't have, nude pictures, as well as obviously in your video you'll be able to curtail, all right, we can, not show these images. So you can work around it a little bit, work with it a little bit, and if it gets flagged, you can try to appeal it. But it's nice the fact that we can appeal it, and it does seem to work for the most part. I'm glad that YouTube didn't just roll this in overnight. I'm glad that it bothers me it's been going on for so long, and so many people have lost just millions and millions of dollars just gone. But it won't affect our wallets per se, just the fact that whatever income you've been getting, you'll continue to get. So, it's a big deal in the YouTube world, a big deal in journalism and all this, but it's not the end of the world, thankfully. It's definitely something we can definitely live with. It's going to bring a lot of fun out of YouTube. A lot of people if people try to follow this to the T, YouTube will become kind of a boring place and whatnot. And I think people will just say, screw it, and we're going to continue doing what we've been doing, which I think is the best bet. As a tip for people doing the YouTube thing, obviously, you should not have YouTube as your only source of income. You should have multiple sources, something to fall back on. But if you have any more questions about the story, or we find out more, we'll make another video and let you know an update. As always,